Good morning, Girl Scouts. I'm Dr. Dan the Fly Fisherman, and I'm here to show you a little bit about aquatic bugs that live in the water and the trout that eat them. By now, we've already talked a little bit about the different bugs that you might find in the river that trout like to eat. But now we're going to try to put a little of that new knowledge to the test here and see if we can find some bugs, match them with an artificial fly, and maybe even catch and release a trout. Let's get going. I'm here at Depew Spring Creek in Montana's Paradise Valley, and spring creeks like this, they come right out of the ground. The water seeps through the rocks and then comes straight out of the ground about, maybe 5 miles up here. To be really clear, and they have a lot of bugs. The minerals that they pick up as they travel through the rocks provide the bugs a lot of minerals that keeps them healthy, and hopefully we'll be able to find a bunch here. The bugs we're looking for like to live under rocks or in the weeds or in the silt, and so we can try to find them by turning over some rocks, kicking up a little silt, shaking the weeds. And I've got a net, a little bug net here on my fishing net, and I can hold that downstream of where I'm kicking the silt up and so on, and hopefully some of those bugs will get caught in my bug net here. Well, there's one way to find out, and that's to give it a try. We're going to need some place to put any bugs that we catch, so I'm going to start by putting a little of this nice, cool, clean water in my cooler, and then if we do catch any bugs, we can put them in that water and they should be happy and healthy. A little more. We'll leave this on shore and we can put any bugs that we catch in our cooler with water. Looks like a good place to look for some bugs. We've got some rocks in the water down there, some silt I can kick up and see if there's anybody buried in the silt, and some weeds a little farther upstream I can shake. So let's get started. Got our net, our bug net on top. I'm just going to go out there and start messing around. Here we go. Already got a few bugs already. Said already too many times. Let's put them in our cooler full of water and catch some more. Put the net in the water downstream of where I'm going to be kicking up sand and shaking some weeds. Find some smaller rocks to tip up. How about this rock here? Oh, it's cold water. And let's see what we've got. Oh, we've got some little squigglies, all right. Let's put those in the cooler and keep at it. Brush it off, splash a little water on it, try to get the bugs in the water. Carefully, we want to be gentle with them. So I put a couple of the bugs that we caught in a little drop of water on the cooler lid, just so we can see them better. There's one with crawling around with little legs. There's kind of a little red, tiny little wormy thing. And we're going to grab our handy hatch guide and we're going to look up the bugs and see what we've found. Okay, well, I'd say that one, that little crawly one, is a mayfly nymph, and the little red wormy fellow, that is a midge larva. So we have a couple of different species of insects that we can try to imitate with our artificial flies, and hopefully the trout will want to eat them. They are in the river, we know that, so let's see if we can get a trout to eat one of those bugs. Okay, I've chosen a couple of flies from my fly box, and I think they look pretty close to what we're trying to imitate. The little red fly on the bottom looks a lot like that little red worm, the midge larva, and this darker colored fly on the top, I think, looks a lot like that mayfly nymph. We're going to tie those on our line and see if we are going to get close enough to fool a trout into thinking it's the real thing. Let's give it a try. Okay, we are ready to start fishing. I've tied those two flies that we chose, the little red midge larva pattern and the mayfly pattern, both to the end of my leader. Can't see them because they're tiny. And then because those flies are going to be sinking under the water and drifting down just like the real bugs would, I put a little, what we call a strike indicator up here, a little higher on my leader. That little white thing will tell me if a fish has been fooled by one of my flies and has eaten it. Hopefully we can hook it and bring it in and get a video of it. Because we want to catch and release, or release the fish that we catch, I've also pinched the barbs, the little barbs on both of my hooks, a pair of forceps. That will make it easier to release them unharmed once we've got some video in the wire. So I've actually been able to see a couple of fish in the super clear water right out in here. We'll try to catch those first, but if they won't eat our flies, there's plenty more, and we'll do our best to catch a fish today. Let's go fishing. Okay, we've waded out very quietly into the water. We don't want to scare any fish away by putting out big waves. I've actually seen a couple of fish swimming right in these green weed patches ahead of us. So I'm going to wade a little farther out, try to get behind them. Fish can't see above the water as well from behind. And then I'm going to try to make a cast upstream a little bit of the fish, so that our flies have time to sink down towards the bottom like the real bugs would be. And with luck, we'll be able to get fool one of those fish into eating our imitation midge larva or our imitation mayfly nymph. We'll see. Sneak out a little more and then start pulling out some line so we can make a cast above the fish. Well, wish me luck. Here we go. Okay, we're just going to let those flies drift down naturally in the current like real bugs would. And watch that strike indicator very carefully. And if it does anything funny, stops dead in the water or goes under, that could be a fish that has eaten our fly. Could also be that it just got caught in some weeds, but we need to try to set the hook regardless. Oh, we got something. We got one. Oh, look at that. He's jumping. Oh, look at that. We got to get him closer to us so we can scoop him with our net and see which of our flies he ate. Come here, fish. I'll get you closer and get you in the net. Oh, there's the net. Okay, there we go. Got him! Look at that. That's a trout. Can anyone tell me what kind of trout that is? That is a nice, beautiful rainbow trout. And if you see on his back, he's got a couple of scars, like something tried to eat him and didn't succeed. Maybe a bird, like an osprey or an eagle, tried to grab him out of the water, but he got away and was able to live healthily to eat our flies. Okay, we've got our fish in the net. We've kept him wet and healthy, happy. Now we're going to release him back into his home water so that he can live a happy life eating real bugs, and maybe someone else will catch him later as well and let him go. So let's just make sure he looks good, and then we're going to release him. He looks like he's swimming now, nice and healthily. There he goes.